we have talked about digital banking and virtual reality. So when we try to be looks towards the first two sessions, they have talked with respect to need of interdisciplinary, cross-disciplinary, and virtual realities. My today's objective is to talk from the view of industry and making the some of the clarification what I know about is the Internet of Things, then AI development, and what we are being now talking about a web of things, and that too from the managerial decision making. Now, when we try to be say the web of things, the very importantly, it is how the IoT and WOT technology going to transform the accounting practices, management decision making, and embedded finance. So it is going to create a standardized ecosystem which make it to assess, control, and integrate on different physical devices using the web technologies like browsers. Means any web technology, we are going to the browsers. Worldwide Web Consortium, which is widely known as a W3C, has established set of standards. World Wide Web Consortium, W3C, is basically the organization and the consortium who have established the standard and describe the worldwide web and the web of things in accounting and finance. Now, when I move towards the next parameters, it is coming to understand what is the difference between IoT and WOT. WOT is going to be the assigning the security parameters and maintaining the confidentiality of the information using the cloud computing also. So IoT created together exchange and process of data. IoT is going to exchange the and process the data through the sensors and using the embedded technology, enabling smart environment and automated tasks. So here the very important word is coming, the smart environment. Smart environment is basically saying that it is going to be offer the connectivity between the physical devices, database, and such. So that is going to be the one of the thing which needs the industry to do within the organization, so that those smart organizations offers the connectivity between the different departments, different functions of the company. I know first 10-15 minutes I'm talking little bit technical, and then I will come down to the parameters, because understanding the parameters difference between IoT and WOT, where AI is going to be the in-between tool which support you to support it. So Web of Things is now going to be the interoperable ecosystem. That's the very important thing. And it is going to extend the IoT by nearing web standards. Like we know the HTTPS for our website address, we can go to the REST, we can go to the JSON for our research database, and some of the informations are being available. Like whenever the Facebook have talked about unloading of your data, they have asked us the format in which we required it, we talked about a JSON. So it's created a standardized and interoperable ecosystem for easier device access and the control. So WAT gone of interacting with one another between the physical units, two physical devices, and carrying out the task wirelessly or automatically. So we are going to be work out wirelessly or automatically and IoT offering. So whenever WOT with AI is going to be offering insights for better decision making. So today we people are saying that the chat GPT and those AI tools is going to be put the certain monotonous job, and decision making job is going to be moved from the human skill to the machinery skill. Basically, this is being happening on account of the different type of the web layers have been offered by WOT. And those standardized web layers are going to be make the smooth interaction using the semi-linear web technology. So there also we are coming across that when we go to the chat GPT, they are picking up the data from so many sources. And at the end, they are giving in between also in the answer given by them, they are writing in bracket 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go to the sources and we find out that from where they have picked up the data. Now that is basically one way the coming on the security mechanism is also coming. Now when we talks about when we talked about then the point is being happening. Sir, hello, sir, Anuj sir, 1 minute sir, please. Allow me. Okay, 1 minute, please. Some other party and from Miyat is also trying to talk to me, but I'm just putting in the message that I am in seminar, so there is no problem. Win con later on. I don't know what is going on. Okay, so that is going to be the AI. People are talking about the AI is going to be make our data disclosure and that thing. But whenever certain data is going to be available in a public domain, and if it is being available, then there is no problem. But the question is coming to the industry or the practicing thing. Those are in the industry and service provider. Their data is being stored or used by some other person in different way, then it is going to be quite difficult for them. So the evolution of the connected technology have been happened, and this is basically known as the second machine age or the industry 4 integration. The industry 4 integration is basically talks about establishing the relationships between the sensors, connected devices, connectivity to be happen, application development is to be done, and we can have the machine learning and data analysis is to be happen. So IoT forms the foundation of Industry 4, enabling vertical and horizontal integration of IT system to be happen across the manufacturing and business processing. Vertically, we knows that it is going to be like a supply chain management and so where we can go on application of the just-in-time buying, just-in-time production by establishing the sensoring and application data to the connected devices and the supplier may be aware about it. So business planning process is going to be work very specifically. Kevin Easton has first proposed that IoT had the power to transform the society, similar to the internet revolutionary impact. When we try to be talk about last decade of the 20th century, where the internet accessibility have been started in India also. It was considered as one of the new parameters is coming into the mind of everyone. So it was a revolutionary impact. Now when instead of to connect it with a one of the device, now we are connecting with a so many different parameters. So there is a extreme heterogeneity, vast number of devices, and unpredictable dynamics. Unpredictable dynamics are being happen by human intervention, caused by human intervention, are three characteristics of the IoT. IoT try to be looked toward that whenever there is a supply is going to be from different geographical location, different environment, different type of the devices are going to be there. Like we can say that whenever we are talking about a smartphone also, technologies are being different from unit to one company to another company, and unpredictable dynamics have been happen. As we talk about AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, everyone have made a unpredictable dynamics in our life, and that is happen on account of the IoT. Cisco have employed the concept of Cisco company have used the IoT being replaced by IoE, that is the Internet of Everything. Where the Cisco have mentioned that they are going to be use the concept of Internet of Everything, links four different components like people, process, data, and things. People, process, data, and things are going to be used. And it involves exchange of material, energy, and information, both within and between the different companies. That is what I also try to be say that today's Industry 4 integration making a relationship to establish the supply chain management or go towards just-in-time purchasing. So it is happen within the company or between the different company. So in this particular case, the Industry 4 integration system is going to be provide insight to us from the view of predictive way and also trigger something to us to act according to that. Means what is the time to give the new order, and at that time the system will automatically place the order with the supplier to dispatch the quantity of particular product according to the pre-decided date and that. So this particular Industry 4 integration will be happen through the data connection, that is sensors embedded in in devices gather the information from the physical world. Here the physical world, it means that whatever the input have been entered by the inventory keeper in the system, about receipt and issue of the goods for the production purpose, system will automatically know that when the e-order even is coming, and they will be placing, they will be act to place the order. Second, after the data is connected, they will be processing the data. Now that processing of data is going to be done by AI and analytics. I use the both for AI and analytics. It means that the AI which is being used for data analytical purpose, big data analysis, is going to interpret the data to generate the proper level of insights. And based on that insightful information available, the predictive information will be flow across the network to process the system. It means that triggering the certain act. And action system provide insight and automatically execute the decisions for the same. And that is going to be the one of the very important thing. Now, W3C already state that by utilizing and expanding current standardized web technology, WOT seeks to counter the fragmentation of the IoT. So what they say, WTC very clearly says that whatever the fragmentation have been happened by the IoT, by dividing the parameters into the different way, they will be fragmenting it. Of the IoT, they will counter attack it, and based on that, they will offer the meta data and other reusable technological building block. Here I have given the photographs of the Vedantu. Every one of we from the academy knows about Vedantu. Vedantu is basically involved in providing the academic and education inputs, but they are building the blocks for the same, and they are using the some of the reusable technologies. So they use the some communication protocol. So whenever we access to the Vedantu, they give you the code for the same. They ask you or they transfer to you the OTP on your main account or your SMS, and then they say that okay, you can go on using the communication protocol and UINs to make them linkable. So IoT is basically in a piecemeal base scattered over the period. WOT joined together, they build up the technological block and they follow the very important communication protocol and UINs, which is the one of the need of the industry and service sector at large to maintain the privacy and security of the database. Here I have taken the example, I am giving the example of the Poland. Poland, the government have already established the very systematic way, the use of the technology for maintaining the central depository. Central depository and central repository have been mental. I actually use the two words central depository and central repository. Central depository is going to be looks towards the physical goods and commodities, and central repository is going to be looks towards the monetary terms. So Poland have implemented to connect the cash register to the central repository. transmitting transaction data every 2 hours, including the types of goods, time when it is being happened, what are the tax rates have been applicable, and the VAT amount is being available. So, foreign government is capable enough to maintain everything in the systematic way. Now, when they do it, and they have followed the communication protocol, resulted into enhanced accuracy. Traditional method replaced by automated system require more accurate sense record, improving tax connection stability and fiscal policy effectiveness. This is what specifically foreign government have tried to make. The sense records are that tax connection stability have been happened. And then they come to the accounting fold. Night we talk about the second age machine, second machine age industry fold. My earlier friend, Dr. Hanuman, have already talked about the virtual getting to be happen. Dr. Parameswaran have said about the interdisciplinary and cross-disciplinary. So basically, when we try to be talk about the WAT, the way Dr. Parameswaran have talked in the first session, that it is going to be the interdisciplinary and cross-disciplinary that is basically being happen by the and in need of the commercial and financial management. So it's conceptual net framework for newly created accounting procedure, leveraging developing technologies to transform financial management practices. So financial management practices are being transformed from one phase to the another phase, and it is leveraging the developing technology. Government of India is also being trying to be go towards the digital banking, digital currency. That's already somewhere being started and working, but public have not accepted. But it's going to be accepted in coming period. So this is the accounting for is basically making the very importantly the transforming the accounting practices. This is the one of the very important. Whole accounting for is concentrating on transforming the accounting practices. So it is the basically the real time data evolution is going to be happen. So the transactions are received as input by the accounting information system. What the Pune government have done, the same thing is going to be happen at industry level, at service activity level, where the transactions are received as input by the accounting information system, then whatever the financial data are going to be reported are going to be pertinent, give truthful. I'm using the words give truthful and fair view. Now it's a very important. The pertinency of the data giving the truthful and fair view of the financial data is very important according to the both local and international accounting standards. I'm both local and international accounting standards because nowadays across the globe we are now on the global village concept where the movement of goods, commodity, labor, financial products, funds are being quite normal. So there is a investors community or lenders community would like to be know the truthfulness of the financial data is being happen. So it required to do on the state of the art technology and considering the immediately changing have been happening in the economy at large. Because nowadays the change parameters are quite speedy. So it's a real-time data evolution. IoT devices equipped with sensors replace manual data entry, enabling real-time connection and processing accounting data without human interventions. Now there is no need that whatever the suppliers invoice have been happen, goods received not is happen, we should enter into the system. We can just use the scanner, and scanner will sensor the data and convert into the readable form for the particular program, so that there is no need of human intervention or the entry to be done by the human being. That is, sometimes people are saying that AI is going to be lose the job. Monotonous job are supposed to be go away because it's done without human intervention. So system gather diverse data types, location, audio, physical measurement like length, weight, volume, and environmental effect. Now it's a very important thing. When we have to go towards the carbon credit to be issued by any manufacturer, there is an environmental effect report should be come. And that real-time data evolution is going to be support the foreign lenders to lend the money to you. So it's going to be the quantitative improvement. There is going to be the comparable data over the week, over the day, over the shift can be available. Data can be verified because there is a scanned copy of the original document will be available. Timeliness, timely data being converted, accounting entries are being passed, and understanding of enhanced through IOEUs, Internet of Everything. That is what Cisco company tries to say. Enhanced accuracy, blockchain, and IoT technology significantly improve the timeliness, completeness of the database because blockchain is going to be worked out in a distributed ledger system. Improved timeliness, complete database, neutrality, and cost benefit balance of accounting data being available. So that whatever the accounting data is there, we are capable enough to take the test of that. Now, on this way, when the information is going to be easily available, human interventions are going to be reduced. So it is going to be make the reduction in the cost. Automate Automation is going to be decreases the staff cost, minimizes errors, and reduce the opportunities for record manipulations. Because on data calculations, generation of the cost sheet, geographical level, product-wide level, service-wide will be easily available. Next is going to be the better decision when. Yeah. Any confusion? Hello? Someone mic is continue? Okay. Okay. So make the other people to close the noise. Okay. Someone's mic is continue. Better decision making. Financial report offer more than monetary measurement, allowing users to add relevant data. It's a very important thing when we come to the WOT, which is a combination of the IoT and AI, that whatever being data is generated, we can do the sensitivity analysis or we do the simulation study by entering some other relevant data, like carbon dioxide happens, any type of the affluent generation data being added, and we can take the informed decision for this. Now, WOT in that way impact on organization. Now, when I here in between, I take the impact, and then I will come to the application of the WOT in the financial embeddance. So WOT impact, WOT have unionized the accounting and auditing industry. Now auditor is also going to be do the automated, not going to be towards the physical documentation. He will be going to the scan documentation, and it by their own auditing programs available tools available, they will find out the differences happen within the economy at that. 1 minute, I will just close my window because voice should be stopped. Okay, someone 1 minute, I will just close the voice. Sorry to disturb you for a moment, but sorry for the disturbance because in society someone marriage is to be take place, and they started to make the noise at this moment. Okay. Now, WAT impact is going to be happen to the organization because WAT is going to be unionize the accounting and auditing industries, because auditing industry is also going to be face the different parameters. Employee incentive plan can be implemented to boost the workers' productivity. Now, this is the one of the very important parameters is being happening at this moment, because as the people are being worried about the AI atmosphere, we have to maintain the workers' productivity. So, somewhere the incentive plans are to be introduced, improve the control and localization of the activities are being undertaken, automated inventory verification and document creation is going to be happen. Here when I shown it on the photographs on the left hand side, that there is going to be the people are working on the system, and they make also some of the documentary presentations, and some documents can be created by them. So it's make the improved asset utilization through the process development and saying. There is going to be the process development and saying is going to be done in a proper way. Number two, there is going to be the cost optimization. I'm not saying the cost reduction or cost control, because we have to make sure that cost optimization should be happen via proper type of analysis and preventive maintenance tool. We have to use the proper preventive maintenance tool so that the short-term gain should not be converted into the long-term loss. Is enhance the pricing through the better cost data generation. So nowadays, when we talk in the contemporary development of the cost accounting, we talk about a back-furnace costing. It is just above the just-in-time accounting. JIT costing is ahead of the JIT costing, where we are trying to be talk about a proper way cost data generation is to be done, by utilizing the Kaizen theory also. So it increase or improve the forecasting and budgeting accuracy, automated transaction processing, reducing the downtime. That's what I mentioned it in the beginning. The moment stock is reached to the reorder level, the action is going to be triggered by the IOE that now the new order to be generated to the supplier with a quantity to be ordered. So it reduces the downtime of the manufacturing flow, idle level of the machine or resources on account of non-availability is going to be reduced. It's lower the audit cost because there is no need that there is a physical documents are to be maintained and improve the information quality. But there are the certain critical challenges are being happening for that. It's one of the very important for the organizations. High implementation cost and inadequate funding sources. There are going to be the high implementation cost is to be happen because whenever we have to go towards the IoT and then we have to establish the necessary control parameters, we require the so many physical devices, their connectivity and apps. So high implementation cost is going to be happen. And at the same moment, the funding is going to be nowhere available because the benefit going to be available cannot be every time quantified in a proper way. It is going to be subjective. So you may be feeling that the benefit may be happen at a certain extent, but in practical life it may not be happen. Sensor accuracy concern and infrastructure requirement. Sensor accuracy concern. Sensors should be accurately there. As we know, unfortunately, when the Dr. Hanuman Patil was talking, system was somewhere getting the noises, audio was disturbed. So no, that accuracy of the sensor, physical devices, is the critical challenge for developing countries like India. Cyber security and privacy protocols issues are going to be there because there is going to be the issues may be raised by society at large, government authorities at large, legal parameters also at large. Lack of data capabilities and specialized skills. Reports generated by automated system by IoT program may be proper, but there are no specialized skills are being available to the managers who are involved in this activity. Next is going to be the employees are going to be resist to change and increase the oversight because employees are feeling the threat to their job. So they may somewhere resist to change. Legal issues are protecting the personal information. As you know, at this moment, the government of India and WhatsApp, the issue is going on. And day before yesterday, Supreme Court also mentioned that is something is to be seen very differently. So legal issues protecting the personal information is going to be important. So when organization is going to be face these challenges, now the threat is coming to the accountant. So now the role of accountant is supposed to be changed because accountant is going to be the information manager, analyzing of the information. So IoT is nowadays accessible to SMEs also and give them the equal opportunity to compete with the larger organization. This is one of the greatest benefit of the IoT being happening. Now, traditionally, the accountants were used to be focused on data entry, record preservation, manual processing of accounting vouchers. Now, current transactions have been happened where we are using the data mining to find out the outliers and other abnormality. So finding out the outliers through the data mining and other abnormality is coming with respect to data cleansing, then merging the data, combining combining the data, and then analyze the data to decision making. So this is going to be resulted into the lower expenses, boost the output, and improve the organization's profitability. Now, when we are going to be get this benefit. So there is a future requirement is that to find out the outliner and other abnormalities, then improve the boost the output. The accountant is required to have the data literacy. They have to develop the analytical skill, coding proficiency. Like in the AI tool, we are saying that our prompt should be proper. In the same way, when we type, we are going to be used internally within the organization, the AI, as part of the WOT. Proper level of the prompting is required. So coding proficiency to be developed and IoT devices operation needs to be happen. So essential IoT skills for the accountant as a information navigation, ability to search the internet effectively. That's what my competitors are doing it. Social skill to be developed for communication, email communications, online interaction with the other stakeholders, producing the relevant content for online display. So that is require the creativity, that what type of the information or the content to be displayed, and using the smartphone to operate the IoT devices is one of the very important mobile skill is required by accountant. Now, role of accountant is moving from record keeper or nigan parameters to the managing the data as a management accountant. That is one of the very important thing because now the big data connection. So managers pertinent financial, they are going to be pertinent, they are going to be stressed out the financial and non-financial data like environmental data and labor productivity data, machine background data and everything. Decision support activity, budgetary control and costing to develop and implement strategy. Now, in the present parameters of international competition in the global village, the importance of the costing is going to be increased. So, it's foster the increase from performance. So, from performance is going to be improved. It should increase the availability of data generated by technological innovation. So very important, availability of the data generated by technological innovation. So it requires the two things importantly. Number one, big data connection, large amount of structured and unstructured data, impossible to examine with traditional system. So we are going to use the IoT. Now when we have to analyze this vast data to find out the pattern and insights using the AI and machine learning algorithm. So that is going to be the WOT. As per W3C, it is going to be the part of the WOT. Then once they have been getting the technological innovation, and at the same moment, the management accounting functions are going to be decentralized, and business environment is going to be demand more timely information. They require more time. They ask for more timely information. So there is a analyze the pertinent data to transfer into the workable plan. So when we have to make it into the workable plan, management accountant become proactive business advisor to support the executive. Because by putting up the information in the background, they will be knowing that what is to be done through the simulation study. So by simulation study, they're converting the raw data into the useful insights supporting strategic, tactical, and operational decision. So now that is going to be the role of the accountant. On we can say the profession, chartered accountant, cost and management accountant, master of business administration in finance. They require to use the big data and management accounting in the present scenario. Management accountant now develop and implement strategy, fostering the increase from performance, tag the success, and offer corrective measurement as needed. Corrective measure. Now, it co-creates the value through the machine learning algorithm supporting decision making. When we say that we require the machine learning algorithm supporting decision making, so there is a need of the fund is coming. Now that need of the fund will be moving toward the embedded finance. Embedded finance integration. Now, embedded finance. What is embedded finance? Embedded finance is basically having a broad understanding. Embedded finance having a broad understanding of what banking means, niche to embedded finance, interacting and collaborating with clients and business to enhance client daily lives. This is one of the very important things. Dr. Hanumant Patinev talked the same thing, that now the role of the banks have been changing at higher level, and that higher level, he may not have used the word embedded finance, but I say it's an embedded finance where banking system needs to interacting and collaborating with clients and business to enhance the client daily lives. Means if the client is going to be from the industry, then on the spot or within a very short span of time, the need of maximum capital should be met up. And it may diminish, and there should be the diminishing to be happen about the cross-selling opportunity. And that is why nowadays the bankers are also somewhere parallelly providing the insurance facilities. So it undermines the customer interaction but less apparent to the consumer. That is going to be the one of the very important. So embedded finance integration is the seamless incorporation of financial products into non-financial services, engaging customers in various contexts where they function. I have not taken the digital banking into my point because my concentration was using the embedded finance in the terms of the blockchain and the cryptocurrencies. That is what now the turn is going to be happen. So it occasionally create the difference. Embedded finance will create the difference between FIs and financial institutions and their clients, give the financial institution access to new clientele. So this requires the ecosystem driven by embedded money. Ecosystem should be driven by embedded money. So it's combined with IoT, smart car, income city, AI, and ML, machine learning. Embedded finance create ecosystem where financial institutions will collaborate with organizations across the industry. So the blockchain is going to be provide the benefit with respect to provide the transparent and safe method for carrying out and documenting the transaction in a sequential and unchangeable fashion. And that unchangeable fashion is going to be provided by distributed ledger technology provided by the blockchain. As we know, the blockchain is working on the distributed ledger technology. It enables the users to move funds, equities, bonds, or other significant assets in economical, private, and safe manner. Dr. Hanumant Patil said the same thing, that whatever the earn asset, earn tokens are going to be established, which is going to be provide the security. So it enhance the resource utilization, improve the data security through Ethereum smart contract. Ethereum is basically the technology going to be used in the blockchain. Ethereum is going to be used as a main technology and increase the efficiency in asset management. The implementation challenge is going to be the technical complexity is going to be highly technical, so that technical complexity will be happen. If the technical failure is happen, it may take the major harm. High implementation of the cost of the blockchain, then integrating the systems is also the one of the major threat. And concern resistance and regulatory parameters is going to be happen. Now when we try to be say that at the industry 4, we move towards the changing role of the accounting, role of the management accounting, organizational benefits at NASH, then we go towards the embedded finance. If these things are not being done, no organization can be survive in the better way. So now there is a need is happen to be look towards the future financial automation. Now combining the cost control with a responsible cost management strategy is going to be considered as the one of the very important thing. Cost control with a responsible cost management strategy, you integrate your blockchain to an enterprise asset management accounting system. It means that the blockchain should also be used to make sure that there may not be idle fund, or there may not be the shortages of the fund. So paucity and shortages of the fund should be managed properly. Then it's coming to the proper management accounting. In specifically asset management accounting, which will bring you towards the cost control, is increase the efficiency and accountability of the each and every departmental head, lack of standardization in blockchain protocols, and infrastructure constraint. Very important thing. Lack of standardization in blockchain protocol and infrastructure constraints are going to be obstacle for developing nation. So we can say in the near term, we are coming down to the AI driven decisions where everyday financial decision become automated as consumer go accustomed to AI tool making decision within limited parameters on their behalf. Mid-term, we require the open data comprehensive view to get the customer's financial picture to whom we are sending the goods also. And we should suggest the optimum payment period or the credit period by integrating and using the AI tools, IoT and WOT, and convert the transactions into installment loan for the financial institutions, or we can say as a corporate it may be coming with respect to our own level that how much credit period to be offered. Long term, autonomous device like smart car incorporate financial tool, enabling them to renew insurance. This is very important for the organization to make sure that all different asset insurance premium is being renewed in time. Pay for electricity, accept ride-sharing fares, and execute the predetermined action automatically. Accept the ride-sharing fares is also coming with respect to transportation activities, where one of the transport vehicle going from one place to the another place, and if it is being partly empty you can utilize the benefit of that. So the convert in brief I can say that as a key takeaways that the convergence of IoT, WOT, AI and embedded finance. WOT I already said with respect to management accounting and the evolution of accounting, meeting up the parameters of the environment. Embedded finance will create the seamless financial experience where technology will handle routine decision, freeing the professional to focus on strategic value creation. So now loan of professionals, chartered accountant, cost and management accountant, management professors, management students have been changed to go towards the strategic value creation and complex problem solving. Thank you very much, friends. Any question now? As I say, this our WOT integrate rural, urban, and dense urban area. Thank you very much, friends. Any question? Yes, Dr. Vivek. I know I was somewhere on the technical point more. I was some. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sir.